Good afternoon. A federal judge has ordered the son of the man charged with killing two Muslim men to stay in custody. Shaheen Saeed is accused of lying on an application for two guns he purchased in Albuquerque last year. As News 13's Jessica Goddard reports, prosecutors made it clear today they think he is also tied to the killings.
The federal hearing lasted nearly 3 hours. An ATF agent took the stand first. He highlighted how Shaheen Saeed had a New Mexico and Florida driver's license. Saeed had used the Florida address to buy two weapons from an Albuquerque gun store in 2021. The problem, he never lived at that address in Florida. Prosecutors say that is what Shaheen told investigators. A majority of the hearing was trying to tie Shaheen to his father, Mohammed Saeed, and the murders of 4 Muslim men, a possibility APD alluded to last week.
Right now, we're only charging one person, but evidence, we're going to follow the evidence. If the evidence leads us to someone else that needs charges, we'll be happy to file them with the DA's office.
On August 1st, investigators say they have video of Shaheen and his father walking into a firearms store with an AK-47 type rifle, spray painted white, and purchased a scope. 6 hours later, authorities believe that rifle was used in the murder of Mohammed Afzal. In that shooting, there were 15 shots fired from 2 guns. Investigators say they're still trying to figure out if there were 2 shooters. They say a casing from that shooting was found lodged between the windshield and the hood of the Volkswagen Jetta owned by the Saeeds. Prosecutors then brought in a cell phone tracking specialist with the FBI who focused on the August 5th murder of Naeem Hussein. He testified traffic video footage shows the Volkswagen Jetta leaving a memorial service for 2 victims that Hussein attended. Investigators say cell phone towers shows Shaheen's phone was at the memorial service and that he called his father at 3:39. Hussein left the memorial at 3:41. Mohammed Saeed called Shaheen between 4:06 and 4:08 from near the murder scene. Hussein was murdered at 4:04 on August 5th. The judge says Shaheen is violent and not truthful when talking with authorities, and that is the main reason he should be kept in custody. Jessica Goddard, KRQE News 13.
Now, the ATF does not believe the 2 guns that Shaheen Saeed fraudulently bought were used in any of the 4 murders. But when ruling he should stay behind bars, the federal judge also pointed to an incident last year where investigators say he was driving a car when his brother, Adil, fired 11 rounds at someone in the parking lot of the Walmart near Zuni and San Mateo. No one was charged in that crime.